All right, and we are almost to the second half, less than a minute to go. Once again, it's Eric Katz along with Mike Leifenhagen as COD is only down by 1, 36-35. These pesky chaparrals are not going to let the Trojan ride away to victory.
Not at all, Eric. It looks like they're trying to keep in this game, and hopefully they have a good game plan for the second half. The first 3 minutes of the second half will determine how well the COD is going to play against this Triton offense. Usually comes out on top in the second half because usually in the second half teams really don't get by them because they're strong finishers. This is what COD needs to work on, is finishing the second half off and keeping up with these Trojans.
All right, again, just for the people up, just for my old Boy Scout troop in Dubuque, Iowa, I just want to give them another shout out. And I hope everybody had fun skiing, and hopefully nobody got hurt and wound up like me. All right, and we are. The second half is about to be underway here, as both teams are huddling up and getting ready to start another exciting second half. Mike, what can we look for here in the second half?
I feel like we'll be looking for some more scoring, more transition game. We played a really good first half quarter, just offensive sequences going, things like that. Both teams know who they are now. We're going to see some up and down game, I think, and hopefully both teams will stay out of foul trouble.
All right, it should be a good game. Should be a good game, Mike. Should be a wonderful game. I've already been having fun broadcasting this one with how close it really is. I was expecting COD has certainly surprised me with the amount of confidence they've had. And despite with Triton College being the number one team in the conference, I think COD can give them more of the run for their money. And the second half is underway. Here comes Paul Bean. Being guarded by Kendall Bailey to number 31. That's Chad McDowell. And a foul is drawn by number 31, Chad McDowell. And it's an offensive foul. And Kendall Bailey has the ball now, 36-35. Gets to Paris Dunlap. Back to Darren Montgomery. To Ryan Rader. To Dunlap. To Bailey. Being guarded by number 2, Paul Bean. Gets it to Paris Dunlap. To Ryan Rader. Rader driving in the paint. Off the rim, no good. And Kenneth Weaver comes out of nowhere and tips it in. 37-36. These Chaps have the lead.
Kenneth Weaver coming in with his exciting spark off the bench already. Coming in, pulling us up by 1.
Oh, and McDowell gets the rebound and is unable to get it to go. And it's a offensive foul called against Triton College. And Kendall Bailey is going to take the throw in here. Darren Montgomery to Kendall Bailey. Bailey to Darren Montgomery. Back to Kenneth Weaver. Kenneth Bailey. Bailey's going to try a shot. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by number 0, Donovan Smith. Bean. Off the rim, no good. Rebound by Ryan Rader. Looking. Gets it to show the dart to Darren Montgomery, who proceeds to give it to number 3, Kendall Bailey. Bailey. To Kendall Weaver. Weaver's going to try from downtown and pops the net. 3-pointer for Kenneth Weaver. Wowza.
Weaver's feeling hot right now in this second half. Let's see what he's going to do about it. Keep going through this whole half. Hopefully he keeps his sharp shooting going and his confidence up.
All right, and number 2, Paul Dean's going to take it in here. Bean passes it to number 31, Chad McDowell, gives it back to Bean. Bean just past half court. COD is in the white and green, while the Triton College is in the blue and maroon, kind of like what the defending national champion football Florida State has. Think about those colors. And it was a foul called on number 14, Paris Dunlap. His first. Gets it to number 2. Bean's going to try a 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Nick Norton, and a foul. And Ryan Rader just went bowling right into him. And that's going against number 34, Ryan Rader, his third. And he's got to be awfully careful here because COD needs his rebounding. and a timeout is called by the Chaparrals. 40-36 now. Now COD has the lead. You're listening to College DuPage basketball on Arena Sports Network. And coming into the game soon now, as soon as the COD breaks up their huddle, is number 44, Max Basisi. Max Basisi has been a very key part of this offense, as tonight I believe he has 6 points. All right, and both teams break it. And number 21, Devontae Taylor is going to take the throw in here. COD playing awfully aggressive, gets to number 31, Chad McDowell. And McDowell draws the foul, as he'll go to the line and shoot 2. And that's going against number 44, Max Basesi, his third. Both their big men have 3 fouls tonight. They have to be careful. They have been the key part of this offense all night. And McDowell is going to go to the line here and shoot 2. How important is it for them to stay in this game? And McDowell gets the first one to go.
It's a very big factor that they stay in this game, Eric. If they get taken out, COD's guards are very physical, but they're not physical enough to stand inside with the Trojans' inside post players. And these players have good footwork and awareness of where the basket is and finish strong.
As you said, awareness of basket. McDowell nails his second free throw, and here comes the Chaparrals and go to work here. Dunlap being guarded by McDowell to Montgomery. Being guarded by Nick Norton to number 44, Max Basesi, to Kendall Bailey. To number 14, Paris Dunlap. Dunlap to Weaver. Oh, and nice play by Weaver, who saves it. And that one's blocked away by number 21, Devontae Taylor, and here come the Trojans. Taylor dribbling. And it's a travel called against the Trojans. It's going to be COD basketball. Nice tight D there.
Yep, good turnover for COD. Let's see them put some more points on. Good turnover for COD. Let's see them put some points on the board with this offensive sequence.
Bailey to number 10, Darren Montgomery. To Max Basesi, number 44. Basesi to Kendall Bailey. Bailey to the number 1, Kenneth Weaver. To Paris Dunlap, to number 10, Darren Montgomery. To Kendall Bailey. To number 1, Kenneth Weaver. They got to shoot. And it's a foul called against the Triton Trojans, and Coach Steve Christensen cannot be happy about that one.
He's not happy about that call at all. He thought he did a little bit of steps before he tried to put up that shot, but there was good contact caused by Weaver to get himself to the free throw line.
Weaver nails the first. And number 24, Johnny Wolf, who's been has been a pretty silent contributor tonight, is coming back into the game. And Weaver going to try his second. Weaver gets to go. 42-38, the Chaparrals have the lead. Paul Bean. 42-38, the Chaparrals have the lead, for those just tuning in. Bean. And it's out. And it's all over the floor. And Johnny, nice steal by Johnny Wolf. And here comes the Chaparral, Darren Montgomery. Here comes Kenneth Weaver from the perimeter. And gets it to go. Tight defense by these Chaps. And 44-38, the Chaps have the lead. The birds are chirping. Hey, Mike?
They're chirping and they're feeling good right now with a 44-38 lead.
Paul Bean gets it to number 31. That's Chad McDowell. To Devontae Taylor. Taylor driving. Nice. Oh, off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Kenneth Weaver. Darren Montgomery. To Paris Dunlap. To Darren Montgomery. Montgomery from downtown. Off the rim. No good. Out of bounds. Last touch by number 0, Donovan Smith. And it's COD basketball. They are riding the rails of this roller coaster.
And this roller coaster is not even going down. It's coming up for them. Keep shooting well and keep playing good defense. Good things might just turn out for COD.
Paris Dunlap's going to take the throw in here as Johnny Wolf comes back in. Dunlap looking. And that one's stolen away by number 2, Paul Bean. Bean driving up the court. And and Paris Dunlap almost got the steal. Bean to number 11, Nick Norton. Norton's going to try one. Off angle, no good. Rebounded by number 14, Paris Dunlap. Dunlap. To Kenneth Weaver. Kenneth Weaver driving. And a foul called. Actually, excuse me, a timeout. And it's a timeout by College of DuPage. 44-38, and you can bet, Mike, that they like that Coach Reed likes how his team has stormed in to take this lead, and also they seem like they're so far they're trying to take control of this game.
Yeah, they definitely are trying to take control of this game. But these athletes got to stay within Coach Reed's offense for them to really take control of this game and put some points on the board. I know they want to try to take some one-on-ones and try to take some good shots. But you got to understand, this team is quick to score, and they're very athleticism, and they're smart. That's why they're number 1 in the conference right now.
All right, and we can't. COD, despite having the lead, has to be sure that there's a reason that Triton College is the number 1 team in the conference. With that note, we're going to pause for an identification. You're listening to College of DuPage basketball only on Arena Sports Network. Both teams break their timeout. Weaver's going to take the throw in from throw in, and let's see what he can do here. Weaver looks, lobs it up to Max Precis. He had to jump a little, but then proceeds to give it to number 10, Darren Montgomery, who sets the play up to Johnny Wolf, to Kenneth Weaver, to Darren Montgomery, to Wolf, and the shot clock down to 5 seconds. Weaver's going to try one off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Donovan Smith. To number 31, and that's Chad McDowell. McDowell waits for help. Bean. Oh, and rejected by Johnny Wolf. Darren Montgomery. Ooh, dangerous pass. Donovan Smith was right there. Darren Montgomery to Johnny Wolf. To Kenneth Weaver. Being double teamed. To Johnny Wolf. To Max Besessi. To Paris Dunlap. To Darren Montgomery. To Kenneth Weaver. And shot clock down to 10. Johnny Wolf is going to try one. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Nick Norton. Norton driving. And off the rim, no good. And Max Besessi picks it up. And the Chaparrals just wait for everybody to hustle up the court. Nice D by the Chaps this second half. Montgomery to Kenneth Weaver. To Darren Montgomery. To Johnny Wolf. To Max Besessi. To Kenneth Weaver. Weaver's going to try again from downtown. Off the rim, no good. But Weaver gets his own rebound. To Johnny Wolf. Wolf is going to try one. Off the rim, no good. And Nick Norton got that ricochet rebound. Gets it to number 21. That's the Devontae Taylor who's driving. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Paris Dunlap. And these Chaps are playing tight defense. You can hear the crowds applauding because of that one, Mike.
Playing some great tight defense and really making them alter their shots and then getting the rebounds.
Shot stuck up on the hoop as Max. And that one's going against number 21, Devontae Taylor. And that's his third foul of the game as Max Besessi was ducking and flipped over two Trojan defenders. And he proceeded to get the ball stuck. Crazy play. Crazy play. Besessi is going to try two shots here. And he gets to go. And coming back into the game now for the Trojans is number 24, Darryl Howell, and number 55, Isaiah Grace. And Besessi nails them both. 46-38. The Chaparrals have the lead. Number 24, Daryl Howell. To number 11, Nick Norton. To Chad McDowell. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Max Besessi. Here come the Chaparrals. Johnny Wolf just taking his time. Waits for help. Lobs up to Darren Montgomery, who gets it. Montgomery sets the play as the Chaparrals reset. To Kenneth Weaver. Dribbling. To number 44, Max Besessi. And a foul is called. Christensen is just not getting his way, Mike. I mean, you can tell from all the screaming and yelling over there. You better be careful before he gets the capital T.
Yeah, the capital T would not be good. But his team isn't playing that bad. He just needs to get him to understand what he's talking about. And they need to play some tougher defense if they're trying to stop COD from the outside.
Johnny Wolf resets to Darren Montgomery. Montgomery finds Wolf again. Chaparral's got a set here. I mean, they still got time on the clock, but they got a set. Oh, and it's stolen away by number 21, Devontae Taylor. Gets it to number 31, Chad McDowell. McDowell driving. And it's a foul. And it's a double dribble, and that's called again. And coming back into the game for the Trojans is number 15, Rodrigo Nava, and that was a double dribble called against Triton College. They are just frustrated. They haven't scored for over 2 minutes.
Yeah, and this is their largest deficit to the team right now, at least in the second half of the season. COD has put up a great, comfortable lead, and hopefully they can stick with it.
Darren Montgomery. Let's see if the Chaparrals can extend that lead. To Paris Dunlap. To Kenneth Weaver. To Darren Montgomery. To Kenneth Weaver. And the shot clock's winding down. They got to shoot. Montgomery's going to try a deep three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by number 11, Nick Norton. He gets it to number 24, Daryl Howell, and here come the Trojans. And it's a no shot. And it's a no basket, and it's going to be a foul against COD. And it's going against number 1, Kenneth Weaver, his first foul of the game. Kenneth Weaver is currently the Chaparrals' leading scorer with 14 points tonight. Howell. And he gets the first to go. Howell's going to try again and try and make both his free throws. And he gets to go. Isaiah Gray looked like he jumped early, but no call by the refs. Montgomery. Triton's playing half-court defense, almost trying to double-team Johnny Wolf. Here comes Dunlap. Oh, and Dunlap's got to be careful. And a foul is called. Good move by Paris Dunlap to get the foul against the stingy half-court defense by the Triton College Trojans.
Yeah, good execution, getting the ball down the court and through that press that the Tritons had going on right there. And good dribble out of that trap.
Johnny Wolf throws into Darren Montgomery. To Paris Dunlap. To Darren Montgomery. Paris Dunlap. To Johnny Wolf. The defense is a little stingy. Wolf is having a hard time looking, but finds Weaver. Weaver thought about shooting it up, but decides otherwise. Dunlap. And a foul is called against Triton. It looks like that stingy defense is stinging themselves.
They are stinging themselves right now. They're putting COD on the free throw line, and they've been shooting well. And looks like the coach is getting a little confrontation again. They got an eye on them, telling them to get back in the box.
And number 2, Paul Bean's getting a little confrontational with the ref too, as you can hear. You see him over in there. And as Paris Dunlap's is going to shoot 2 here. Off the rim and no good. Let's hope Paris can nail the second, so he'll have a 7-point lead. Currently, COD is up by 6, 46-40. Oh, a good try. Oh, a nice effort by Kenneth Weaver, but Daryl Howell is right there to get the rebound. to Paul Bean. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Max Besessi. To Kenneth Weaver. Nice D again by the Chaparrals, who have kept the scorers for Triton College at bay. Especially number 11, Nick Norton, who has 13 points tonight. To number 1, Kenneth Weaver. To Montgomery. To back to Weaver. Tipped up in the air and touched by Nick Norton, and it's out of bounds. And it's gonna be Chaparral basketball. Nice catch by the cheerleaders. Weaver's gonna take the throw in here. To Paris Dunlap. To Darren Montgomery. They're not taking any chances here. They have to shoot. They're almost down to 5 seconds. And a foul is called. And that's going against number 24, Daryl Howell. And that's his first foul of the game, and Kenneth Weaver's going to get another throw in. To Paris Dunlap. Oh, almost stolen away by Daryl Howell. And that's an offensive foul called against College of DuPage. It's going to be Trojan basketball. And that's going against number 24, Johnny Wolf, his first foul of the game. And number 24, Daryl Howell, is his third foul of the game. And that's going to be, and Daryl Howell is going to be able to take the throw in here, which he does, and gets it to number 2, Paul Bean. Bean. To number 15, Rodrigo Nava. And that's a foul. And that's going against number 4, Max Besessi, his fourth foul of the game. You can't. The COD needs him to stay in, especially with Ryan Rader on the bench, who has 3 fouls. And Rodrigo Nava gets that good. And Ryan Rader is coming back into the game for Besessi to get back on the bench. But COD needs these guys to keep foul free. It's going to hurt them later in the game, Mike.
It'll hurt them a lot, Eric. But I think bringing Rader in right now, after having a good rest on the bench, I think he's fresh enough to get his legs under him and get the rebounds and put up the shots he needs to stay out of foul trouble.
And Nava gets a second to go. 46-41, the Chaparrals still have the lead. Bailey to Montgomery. To Bailey. They got a hustle here. Being double teamed. Montgomery. To Weaver. He resets and spreads everybody out. Montgomery. Looking. To Bailey. To Paris Dunlap. Oh, where is that going? Nowhere. But Dunlap. Bailey, they got to shoot here. Weaver off the rim, no good, and a tip, but rebounded by Rodrigo Nava, and who gives it to number 24, Daryl Howell. And here come the Trojans. Bean to number 11, Nick Norton. And that's a foul. And that's against number 3, Kendall Bailey, his first foul of the game. Ryan Rader has three fouls currently. They also need him in the game. And Norton gets the first to go. 46-42, the Chaparrals have the lead and are up by 4. And it goes up the rim and in. 46-43, the Trojans are back in it, and all they need is a 3-pointer to get it in. Montgomery back to Bailey. The Trojans playing half-court defense to Bailey. Bailey being double-teamed, but gets it to Montgomery. Montgomery driving. Off the legs of number 15, Rodrigo Nava. And a foul is called. I mean, this is where COD has been hurting themselves. The fouls. And it's a foul against number 14, Paris Dunlap. His first. COD needs to be really careful. They need to play non-foul defense. They got to be aggressive, obviously, but they have to play non-foul defense, Mike.
They do have to play non-foul defense. They got to play with their feet. And another thing they got to do is beat the team to the spot. This team is beating them around the corners and into the lane. They got to establish their position on defense and play with their feet. And if they can draw a foul, draw it as a charge, not a blocking foul.
Number 24, that's Daryl Howell. He gets his first shot to go. 46-44, they're down by 2. Let's see if Howell can make the Trojans down by 1. Off the rim, no good, and Ryan Rader is able to rebound that. Bailey, up past the left wing. Paris Dunlap. Oh, and nice move by Bailey as he's able to take that one away from the charging Rodrigo Nava. Montgomery, back to Bailey, to Paris Dunlap, to Kenneth Weaver, to Kendall Bailey. They got it. They got to shoot. And up and around and in. Nice move by Darren Montgomery. 48-44. The Chaparrals are up, and a timeout is called. And it's a technical. And it's a technical foul against number 55, Isaiah Grace. Not what you want to do when you're down. They were getting a little confrontational with the ref, and the ref gave him the capital T.
The ref did, and with the Trojans being number 1 in this conference right now, I'm playing against a scrappy COD team that's 5th. This is not the thing you want to do right now. You have a small bench, and now you're only playing with 1 forward. Raider can really put his stamp right here, trying to get an inside position with some different matches and everything, getting the rebound for this COD team, really trying to get the points on the board after they get the ball back right here.
And Kenneth Weaver missed his first one earlier and is able to sink his second. It's going to be COD basketball. It's not COD basketball. It's going to be Triton College basketball. And it passed in by number 24, Daryl Howell. Gets it to number 2, Paul Bean. Oh, and almost caught Daryl Howell not paying attention. To Nick Norton. And it's way over the head of Paul Bean, of the outstretched arms of Paul Bean. It's out of bounds. And they say last touch by COD, and good D better. Paul Bean's going to pass it in to number 24, Daryl Howell, and does. Howell driving to number 0, Donovan Smith, and he finds Smith for good for 2. Bailey, 49-46. COD has the lead with just over 8 minutes left in the game. Kendall Bailey being double teamed. And it's a jump ball. And it's going to be COD basketball, and Kenneth Weaver is going to take the throw in here. 15 points tonight for Weaver. He's tied for the game lead with number 11, Nick Norton of Triton College. Weaver finds Darren Montgomery. To Kendall Bailey. To Kenneth Weaver. To Darren Montgomery. Montgomery, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Weaver. Into traffic, off the rim, no good. And a foul is called against Triton College. Big foul there, as an off-angle shot by Darren Montgomery was no good. And that's going against, the foul goes against the number 11, Nick Norton, his first foul of the game for Triton College. Eight fouls for COD, 8 fouls for Triton College, and that puts them both in the bonus. And Ryan Rader is going to go to the line here. How important are these foul shots, Mike?
These foul shots are very important. They're up by 3 now, but with 7 minutes left. The 7 minutes, they can play really good, strong defense that they have been playing all game.
And Kenneth Weaver tipped that up in the air, but unfortunately it was to Rodrigo Nava. Paul Bean to number to Bean. To number 24, that's Daryl Howell. Howell's going to try a shot. And he gets the 3-point basket to go, and it's tied 49-49. Montgomery to Ryan Rader. Finds an open Kenneth Weaver for 2. COD immediately responds with a little play of their own. Paul Bean now has the ball just beyond the arc. To number 11, Nick Norton. To number 0, Donovan Smith, who's driving against Ryan Rader. And it's a foul. And it's a foul called against Ryan Rader. No way that was a foul, Mike. Just it looked more ball than hand.
Again, a lot of body contact. These teams down low are very physical with each other, and the refs are seeing it, and they're really trying to call it out. Both these post players need to stand straight up, and if the player's going up strong, they really need to try to keep their bodies back, or they're going to get fouls called on them. And both these teams are shooting good from the free throw line. You can't get caught on each other.
Ryan Rader heads to the bench with 4 fouls as Max Possessi comes back into the game with 4 fouls, and he has 8 points tonight, but he's got to play cautious. Smith, off the rim, no good, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by COD, and it's going to be Triton College basketball as Donovan Smith misses both his free throws. And number 24, Daryl Howell is going to take the throw in here. Gets to number 2, Paul Bean. Back to Howell, to Bean. Bean had an open shot and opts for a shorter one. No good. And coming flying in through traffic is number 44, Max Besessi. Kendall Bailey now. To Kendall Bailey. And Kendall Bailey gets the teardrop to go. COD is not going to fade away. They will not bow to the number 1 team in conference.
Keep fighting and fighting and fighting. That is what a COD is doing tonight.
Smith gets that one to go, and it's 53-51. It's COD still has the lead. Bailey to number 10, Darren Montgomery being double teamed. To Montgomery resets. To Kenneth Weaver. Weaver waits. To number 14, Paris Dunlap. To Kendall Bailey. Bailey to Darren Montgomery. Oh, and rejected. I believe that was number 0, Donovan Smith, and gets it to number 24, and this is Daryl Howell. Howell waits for help. To number 0, Paul Bean. To number 2, Paul Bean. And up in the air, it's last touch by COD. Great D by the Chaparrals.
Great strong D that they've been playing all this second half and really been keeping it up with turnovers and scoring points to keep this lead against the Trojans.
Paul Bean going to take the throw in here. He gets it to number 15. That's Rodrigo Nava. To number 2, that's Paul Bean. To number 24, that's Daryl Howell. To Nick Norton. Norton. Out of bounds. Last touch by Triton College, and it's going to be COD basketball. They're up by 2 with over 5 minutes remaining. It's 5:48 to be exact. 53-51. The Chaparrals have the lead. Darren Montgomery with the ball. Max Besessi to Paris Dunlap. And Max Besessi comes flying in out of nowhere and gets it to go. 55-51. The Chaparrals keep on keeping their lead. And a timeout is called by Triton College. 55-51. The Chaparrals have the lead. Steve Christensen. And all I got to say, Mike, is don't stop now, boys.
Don't stop at all. Keep that train on the moving. That's what I got to say, Eric.
All right, COD is not going to let them bow down. They are, despite no matter what their record is, COD is going to keep fighting. You're listening to College of DuPage basketball only on Arena Sports Network.
Let's hear it for the cheerleading coach. Dunlap, Painter, get it? There's a player Dunlap on the team.
Yeah, I know.
Another nickname, Painter. He'll take a minute to sink in. Painter, Dunlap.
I don't get it.
Dunlap is a painter's name. So it could be called Dunlap could be a painter's name too.
Oh, okay.
It might take a minute.
All right, number 24. We're back. Number 24, Daryl Howell is going to take the throw in here. 55-51 now. The Chaparrals are up by 4.
He's gonna kill me later.
And the Chaparrals break their huddle, and they're back onto the floor now for some exciting second half action. 55-51, the Chaparrals have the lead. Paul Bean. Bean gets it to number 21, Devontae Taylor. To number 24, that's Daryl Howell. To Paul Bean. Bean's going to try a shot. And he gets this big three-point basket. 55-54. The Chaparrals are only up by 1 now. Darren Montgomery. Oh, it's a tight D. And dangerous pass, but Paris Dunlap has it. Oh, it's blocked up in the air. And it's a foul called against the Chaparrals. and it's a foul going against Max Bassesi. That's his 5th foul of the game. Not good. They lose a big man here. This is really key, Mike. This is a very, very bad loss.
Like I said, we've been calling it all game. These guys got to play with their feet and keep their physicality to a minimum because these refs have been on them all night. And now they've lost one. Hopefully Raider can keep his caution out right here. We only have 5 minutes left. Play good basketball right here.
55-54, and Donovan Smith goes to the line here. And off the rim and no good. The most he can do right now is tie it with just over 5 minutes remaining. And Smith gets that one going. We're tied up once again, 55-55. The tables keep turning for both teams. Bailey now gets to Darren Montgomery. The Tritons are playing half-court defense here. To Darren Montgomery. Montgomery thought about shooting, but decided otherwise. Paris Dunlap. To Kendall Bailey. To Darren Montgomery. Back to Bailey. Off the rim, no good. Up in the air, but unfortunately it's rebounded by Nick Norton. To Kendall Bailey. And up in the air, rebounded by Kenneth Weaver. And here come the Chaparrals. To Darren Montgomery, loose ball. And Weaver comes up with it. And a foul is called. Kenneth Weaver draws the foul. He's the COD's best free throw shooter. A crazy, crazy loose ball.
A crazy loose ball that he sticks with and recovers it. Now he's standing at the line about to shoot 2 for COD. Hopefully he can make both of these count. We can go up by 2 with 4:25 left.
And that foul is against number 21, Devontae Taylor, his 4th foul of the game. Number 21, Devontae Taylor, he has 8 points tonight. And unfortunately he didn't get that one to go, so it's still a tie ball game. As number 0, Donovan Smith rebounds it, and he gets to number 24, that number 24, Howell. Bean. The Howell. And Nick Norton gets that to go, and the Triton takes the lead, 58-55. COD down by 3. To Darren Montgomery. Montgomery being double teamed. To Ryan Rader. Loose ball. And a foul is called. And that one's against number 11, Nick Norton, his 2nd foul of the game. Ryan, they're in the bonus now, and Ryan Rader needs to nail these shots to keep COD in it. If he nails both these shots, they'll be down just by 1. And Ryan Rader gets 2 shots from the charity strip. Off the rim and no good. And number 31, Chad McDowell, checks back into the game. McDowell has 8 points tonight. And Ryan Rader gets 1 of 2, better than none. COD still down by 2, 58-56. Number 20, Paul Bean to Howell, back to Bean. To McDowell. And the little dagger somehow snuck in like a little mouse.
Yes, it did, and they take the lead by 4. COD got to do something. It's getting close to cut time.
Darren, back to Montgomery. To Kenneth Weaver, 56-60, COD down. Montgomery gets to Bailey. And that's a travel call. Not good at all. Not good at all. It's 60-56. Triton has the lead. And COD needs to have a big defensive stand here with almost less than 3 minutes here. All right, and the Trojans go to work here, and here comes number 24. That's Daryl Howell. Almost overshoots Paul Bean, but Bean jumps up and gets it. Oh, it's a kick ball. Oh, that would have been a big play for Kendall Bailey.
Would have been a big play. He needs to keep that streaky defense up. Especially everybody does. Really step it up right here. We got 3:03 left. And we need a sharp shooting by Mr. Quiet Man right here, Wolf.
Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Nick Norton. And he loses control of the ball, and it's a foul. And that's against number that's against number 24, Johnny Wolf, his 4th. That COD cannot afford to lose another person here in this game. Ryan Rader has been playing cautious basketball. Norton Gets it to go. 61-56. The Trojans still have the lead. Oh. Let's see what Norton can do here. He's the game's leading scorer. And that's his 20th point of the evening. Nick Norton's the game leader with 20 points tonight. And it's 62-56. COD's got to hurry up here. Dunlap, wasting no time getting started. Johnny Wolf. Wolf. To Ryan Rader. And a foul is called. And that one's going against Donovan Smith, his second foul of the evening. Donovan Smith has two fouls tonight, and let's see what Ryan Rader can do here at the line. Oh, and it's off the rim and no good. Ryan. It seems like though if Triton were down, they would probably be fouling Ryan Rader.
Yeah, but even though they're fouling Ryan Rader, we gotta make free throws. It is clutch time right now. All these are counting for them. And the way they're getting put at the line, they got to prove themselves.
Ryan Rader. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by number 31, that's Chad McDowell. Not good at all. 62-56. COD did give up. There's still time left for COD to come back. But all game long, they've given the Trojans a run for their money. Paul Bean now has the ball. To Daryl Howell. And that's a foul. That should have been a travel. There was no foul there. It was a clear travel. I don't know what the ref was seeing, but it was a clear travel.
Yeah, it was a big travel. But I don't know. We can't change the ref's mind.
And that one goes against Kenneth Weaver, supposedly, and that's his second foul of the evening. And he's COD's leading scorer with 17 points. And number Daryl Howell gets that one to go. And number 24, Johnny Wolf, is coming back into the game. Howell. And he gets to go. It's a Triton College calls a timeout here, and with that, we're going to pause for an identification. You're listening to College of DuPage basketball only on Arena Sports Network. Teams break up their huddle, and see it's going to be COD basketball with Darren Montgomery taking the throw in. Again, COD in the white and green, while Triton College is in the dark blue and maroon, with kind of like the champion FSU Seminoles. Kenneth Weaver to number 14, Paris Dunlap. Back to Montgomery. To Kenneth Weaver. To Montgomery. 2 minutes left in the game. And a foul is called. And that's going against that's going against Daryl Howell, number 24. And Montgomery is going to the line here. And he gets that one to go. 64-57 with a minute 57 remaining. And he gets them both. 64-58 with over a minute remaining. COD down. And COD is going to play some tight defense here. Throws a laser bolt out to number 31, Chad McDowell. To number 2, Paul Dean. COD, they're just going to let the shot clock run here. To Bean. To number 0, Diamond Smith, who gets it to Nick Norton. And Ryan, almost stolen away by Ryan Rader. And it's an offensive foul called against Triton College. And that goes against number 31, Chad McDowell, his third foul of the game. And Darren Montgomery is going to go to the line here. Mike, at first it was looking a little bleak, like we're starting to lose hope, but CODs, I think, has some new life in them.
Hey, it's not some new life. It's the fight that they have in them. And for this 134 they got left, they got to keep this fight up. They got to learn to finish. Finish strong, winning or losing.
64, and Montgomery nails his first. 64-59 with a minute and 34 seconds remaining here in the second half. Oh, and a rebounder by Chad McDowell of Triton College, and Paul Bean has it. And Bean gets it to number 24. That's Daryl Howell. To Bean. Don't COD shouldn't foul here. They have over a minute remaining. Bean to number 11, Nick Norton. To number 24, this is Daryl Howell. Howell driving. And that's a foul called. And that's against Ryan Rader. This is trouble. This is huge trouble. 2 big men out. And that forces Johnny Wolf, who also has 4 fouls, to come back into the game. The COD is in big trouble.
Hey, I didn't want to say my prediction was going to come true. But, hey, we're down to all guards, and we're bringing in a forward he's had some experience. He's a sophomore for us tonight. He hasn't got a lot of playing time, but, hey, let's see him bring a spark in for this minute 10 left.
Hey, Mike, remember that one Laker game when they were down, everybody had fouled out? And, they had to bring actually a guy who had fouled out 5th who wound up getting the game-winning shot. Did you hear about that game?
No, I didn't at all.
It was crazy. I mean, it was Robert Sacre, who was a bench player for the Lakers. And number 24, Daryl Howell, nails his second. 65-59. And COD's got to hustle. Weaver's going to try from 1. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Nick Norton. And a foul is called. Fouls against number 1, Kenneth Weaver. And that is his 3rd foul of the game, and Nick Norton's going to go to the line. Excuse me, not Nick Norton. And a timeout is called. And it's timeout called by College of DuPage. It's 65-59 here in the second half, with Triton College has the lead. And with 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining, you're listening to College of DuPage basketball only on Arena Sports Network.
Let's do it for the Boy Scouts. That was for you, Eric.
All right, both teams are breaking up their timeouts here, and we're getting back for the last minute of the second half. It has been an exciting game so far. I hope this one comes down to the final wire, and hopefully your COD Chaparrals can come on top of this. But number 11, Nick Norton's coming to the line here. Norton has 20 points tonight, and he is the game's leader. And Norton gets it to go. 66-59 with a minute and 3 seconds remaining. Triton College has the lead. 66-56. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Dunlap. COD has to hustle here. With under a minute left. Dunlap driving. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Triton College. And Paris Dunlap's going to get the throw in here. COD has to score now. They need 3-point shots. They need to get some sort of scoring on. Dunlap looking. to Darren Montgomery. Montgomery, it's blocked. It's blocked up in the air. That was blocked by number 2, and that's Paul Dean. To number 24, this is Daryl Howell. To Paul Dean. To number 11, that's a foul, and that one's going against number 14, Paris Dunlap. It's a timeout called. Timeout called by COD. So with 35 and a half seconds remaining, your score is Triton College 66, College of DuPage 59. You're listening to College of DuPage basketball only on Arena Sports Network.
He went this way.
And both teams break up their timeouts here, and number 31, Chad McDowell, is going to try and find someone. Don't foul. McDowell driving. And it's out of bounds. And it's going to be College of DuPage basketball. And Kenneth Weaver is going to have to hustle here. He has to get this throw in here. And he gets it to number 10, Darren Montgomery, just under 30 seconds remaining. Dunlap's going to try one. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Weaver. To Montgomery. Off the rim, no good, and rebounded by number 31, and that's Chad McDowell. To number 11, Nick Norton. To number 2, that's Paul Dean. Less than 10 seconds remain. Number 11, Nick Norton. And that's your ball game. Your score is College of DuPage 66. Actually, excuse me. Triton College 66, College of DuPage 59. What a game it was! What a run that COD had until the very end. They give Triton College all that they could chew, and Triton College pulled away.
Triton College, great basketball team, knowing what they needed to do, finishing the game, a tough road game. They came in playing a tough place. COD played hard, put up a fight as they always do. But like me and Eric are saying, they're struggling with the finish, aren't they?
Struggling with the finish has been the headline all year long for them. But they've given teams that have been in first or higher a run, but they haven't been able to finish. So next Monday night, I'll have the call as College of DuPage is playing a makeup game due to the crazy amount of snow that the Chicagoland area and Illinois in general has had. The makeup game will be played against Milwaukee Tech, and I'll have the call. The game starts at 6 p.m. Eastern, and 8. The girls' game is 6 p.m. Eastern, and the men's game is 8 p.m. Eastern also. I'm signing off, saying so long, and hopefully I'll be here. You'll hear me next Monday night as College of DuPage takes on Milwaukee Tech. You're listening to College of DuPage only on Arena Sports Network.